Hello everybody, Jordan Nelson here. Today we're going to talk about how to balance your Glidecam. So let's get started. So right here I have the Glidecam XR Pro. This is one of the more affordable options for Glidecams. On top I have my Sony A7III, my Rode Video Mic Pro, and then I have the Manfrotto 577 quick release plate and the adapter with that as well. So once you have your Glidecam assembled, you're going to want to put your camera on and have everything ready as if you're going out to shoot. Your lens cap off, your lens hood on there, your microphone on there, batteries in, memory cards in, just everything ready, or else it's going to throw off your balance once you finally balance your camera. Once you get your camera and quick release plate tightened onto your adapter there on top of the Glidecam, you're going to want to extend the post of the Glidecam, and you're going to want to make sure that the bottom of the Glidecam lines up with the camera. So you're going to make sure these are parallel to each other. You don't want the bottom of the Glidecam looking like this when the camera is straight. So you're going to want them lined up together. So you're going to want to extend it all the way down, and then you're going to want to do what's called a drop test. That is far too fast. You want it to be between 2 and 3 seconds. So you want to count it out. 1 1,000, 2, nope, not happening. So here are your different options. You can add weight to the bottom, you can add weight to the top, and you can extend and shorten the post here of the Glidecam. And really, you're just gonna have to finagle with this and figure out what works for your Glidecam. So I know for my particular camera, I've added 1 plate to the top, and then I've added 3 plates on each side to the bottom. And I've spread them all the way out to the edges. And then I went ahead and I shortened the post a good bit here. I kind of like a shortened post, like I was going for that, so I added more weight. I could have done less weight in the top and bottom and just extended, but I liked having it shorter because I didn't like having this big, huge rig right here. So I kept it as short as I could. So in the end, this is what I came up with here. This might be close, we'll see if it works. 1001, 1002. I think it's pretty good. 1001, 1002. Might be a tad fast, but I think it's pretty close. So that is the drop test. Now I have my camera a little further back. So what you want is kind of have the center of weight of the camera over the center of the post. So that's usually between where the lens meets the camera body, typically. Now if you have like a battery grip or something, that might add more weight onto the back and you might be a little back heavy. You want the center of gravity right about here. And once you do get the camera balanced on the top of this, not just the drop test and getting the top and the bottom balanced together, but get the camera in the center, which we're gonna go through right now, you can go ahead and make a mark on the adapter and on the quick release plate that you have so that you can line them up and know exactly where you should just slide your camera in the next time you put it on the Glidecam. Now, that might not mean it's perfectly balanced right away because you might be traveling and you might have some movement of the Glidecam and it could get a little bumped around, so you might have to do some minor adjustments, but it'll make it easier for you if you have that spot that you put it at every single time. So with the Glidecam XR Pro specifically, it is a lot more involved, takes a lot more time. If I could go back, I'd probably buy a more expensive model, so the Glidecam HD series, because you can just turn a knob and it'll move it front and back. Here I have to loosen knobs and then move the top of the Glidecam and then tighten it back up to get the balance. So this one's a lot more involved. I'll link both this Glidecam and a Glidecam that I would be looking into you purchasing next in the description below. So let's go ahead and see how this is balanced right off the bat. So it looks like we're leaning forward a good bit here. Now, one quick tip as well, you might want to check and see what your camera is capable of doing, because in my Sony A7 III in camera, it has a balance feature in the display. So I can change my display and see if it is balanced, if it's leaning left or right or front or back. So go ahead and check in your camera and see if that's something that you can do, or else it might be a good idea to get a bubble level on your Glidecam so you can make sure that you are perfectly centered on this rather than just kind of eyeballing it to see if it looks straight up and down or not. So then to balance against this, I'm going to go ahead and loosen both sides of the knob. So there are 4 knobs I have to loosen, and then push the top back. Now this is far more tedious than a lot of Glidecams that are out there, so my suggestion would be to get those more expensive ones, the HD series, 7-gram series, stuff like that. So let's see, I brought it back a little bit, and it looks like it's pretty level. Let me check my screen. Yep, my screen is showing green. It's right in the middle there. So let's look left to right now. And it looks like I'm falling right here. So now you're gonna wanna do one axis at a time. So you're gonna wanna do up and down first or left and right first. So just focus on one, get that balance, and then deal with the other one. So I have screws on the bottom of the plate that I am loosening up right now. It's underneath. And once I loosen each of those, I'm going to shift the head of the Glidecam over. What I've gotten used to is just having it kind of against my belt loop here and then lifting it up and looking at the balance. But what probably is the best way to do it is to put it on a flat table or any type of flat surface, and then you can lift it up and see which way it's leaning. All right, so it looks like we're pretty good here. It's looking balanced on my screen. So I use this for the entire day of the wedding. So I typically just get this all balanced the night before, and then on the way out the door to the wedding, I'm ready to just pick it up and shoot. So just a couple quick tips here. After you balance your Glidecam, it's going to take a ton of practice. The learning curve is quite large, learning how to keep this steady. Another quick tip is with your left hand, like what do you do with that? No, you do not grip it like this. No, you're not squeezing for dear life even with your fingertips, but you are gently guiding it. So if you're gonna do a turn, you're gently guiding it. You're not holding really tight onto it. You are just making sure that it is staying vertical with the inertia. So if you're flying like this or like this, there's a good amount of inertia. Even if you have it balanced perfectly, there's gonna be some level of inertia if you're moving really quickly, depending on the type of work that you're doing. So your left hand is just there to keep it steady up and down, and you're really just gonna have to learn the feel of that. And then the last tip is to just keep your knees bent as you're moving. So you don't wanna just be walking straight up and down. There's gonna be too much bounce. You're gonna wanna bend your knees. Here, I'll show you kind of how it looks. You're gonna wanna bend your knees like this as you move and kind of stay as level as you can. It looks super weird. You're gonna look goofy, okay? Just get used to it. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. If you like this video, go ahead and click that subscribe button. If you'd like to see more videos like this as well, I have a playlist right up here. Click that thing. We'll see you in the next video.